there's a wave of new high-quality RPGs looking to take down the amazing Genshin Impact and claim down the top spot. Hey G Nation, I'm Ben, and today on Android GameSpot, I'll talk about the best new RPGs coming to mobile, and for this list, the ranking is in no particular order. And without any further ado, let's do this! Number 10. Dauntless. If you're a fan of the Monster Hunter series like I am, Capcom hasn't been generous enough to give us ports on mobile, at least not to gamers outside of Japan, but that's when Dauntless come in. The game is a free-to-play hack-and-slash action RPG where you play as a slayer and hunt down massive monsters solo or in co-op with up to 3 players online. Dauntless initially came out back in 2019, and since the game is available on PC, Xbox One and the PS4, Dauntless Mobile was supposed to launch soon after the console releases, but it didn't happen, and for a while we didn't hear anything in terms of updates. But now it seems that Phoenix Labs, the game's developer, is prioritizing the core game, which means putting Dauntless Mobile on hold, as they mentioned in a recent update. Now I know that's something that fans like you and me waiting for the game are definitely not happy to hear, but I personally tend to look at the glass half full, and that the better the core game becomes, the better the mobile version will be when it comes out. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Number 9. Nier Reincarnation. Nier Reincarnation is the first mobile game in the franchise, and since I last spoke about the game in a previous video, new details have come to light. There was a special stream shown at the Tokyo Game Show 2020, and we got to learn that the game, which was planned for release in Japan during December 2020, got pushed to February 28th of this year. But the good news is that a global release has been announced, and so the game will in fact be heading to North America and Europe later in 2021. Square Enix also showed us a new trailer that shows some combat as well as some 2D sections. It does look weird, which is what everyone is hoping for, including myself. Also, a closed beta test was held in Japan during summer 2020, and most testers were satisfied with the game and the story, while many weren't too happy with the controls and the overall gameplay. So the development team is using that feedback to optimize the game ahead of the official launch. And I know I can't be the only one super hyped for this game, right? Number 8. Saga Frontier Remastered. Staying in the Square Enix library, the RPG classic Saga Frontier is getting an HD remaster, which is coming to mobile summer 2021. The game, which originally came out on the PlayStation back in '98, takes place in a sci-fi fantasy universe where you play as one of the 7 characters, each with their own plot and goals. Saga Frontier stands out as a non-linear RPG thanks to the free scenario system, which lets you travel freely between the game's many locations. The remastered version will introduce a bunch of new improvements and additions. We're talking better graphics, new story content, and characters, to name a few, which I'm sure will make both newcomers to the franchise and longtime fans equally happy. Square Enix is known for releasing high-quality RPG ports on mobile, and I cannot wait to check it out. Number 7. The Witcher Monster Slayer. Coming to us from the makers of the Witcher games and yes, Cyberpunk 2077, The Witcher Monster Slayer is a game that works kinda like Pokemon Go. So, you'll be killing monsters and collecting trophies while out and about on your walk or morning run. And make sure to have your mask on because, well, safety first. The game will have a big variety of monsters, from the demons already present in past games to brand new ones. Also, we've been promised console quality visuals and a solid crafting system to make things like traps and potions. Another thing worth mentioning is that the game is set before the events of Geralt of Rivia, so you might be taking the role of one of the very first Witchers ever. No release date have been confirmed yet, but the hype is on. Number 6. Dragon Quest Tact. Following Dragon Quest to the Stars, Dragon Quest Tact will be the next free-to-play RPG in the series to come to mobile. The game takes place in the iconic universe of the franchise, where you will go on an epic journey to vanquish the evil plagues from the world of Orchestra with the help of familiar monsters from the series such as the Slimes, my personal favorite. You'll be building teams with strategy in mind, as the battles are on the tactical side and take place over a grid-like map, and Square Enix has described the combat mechanics as simple yet deep. The game already gathered over 10 million downloads since its release in Japan last summer, and at the time this video is being released, it should be already out globally. So if you're a fan of the saga, or if you like what you see, then give it a try. Number 5. Titan Quest Legendary Edition. Another version of the PC action RPG Titan Quest will be released early February of this year, called Titan Quest Legendary Edition, and it will come with all the DLCs and technical updates the game has received since its release back in 2006. If you're not familiar with the game, you play as a hero fighting titans that threaten the lands, and your journey will get you to a diversity of locations from Greece to Egypt to China and more. Gameplay wise, you'll be going against hordes of enemies with different swords, bows and magic spells. You can also recruit a pet companion that will help you in battle. The DLC expansions will include Atlantis, Ragnarok and Immortal Throne. So plenty of content for newcomers and long-term fans, and price-wise, the game will be a premium priced at $17.99. Number 4. My Time at Portia Mobile. My Time at Portia combines farming sim with RPG mechanics. The game that first launched in 2019 on PC and later on consoles has been announced for mobile. In My Time at Portia, you'll be starting a new life in the colorful town of, you guessed it, Portia, where you will work on restoring your family workshop to its former glory while at the same time building up a farm, growing crops, raising animals and meeting the townsfolk. The setting takes place in a post-apocalypse world. The RPG section comes in the form of exploring dungeons and ancient ruins. You will also be forming relationship with the townsfolk, kinda like in Stardew Valley, and you can ride a horse or a llama if that's on your to-do list. We don't know if the game will be getting a global launch, but since it is available globally on other platforms, I'm keeping my hopes up. Number 3. Devil May Cry Mobile. DMC Mobile is a direct take on the DMC series on mobile and features many elements from the series, including the fast-paced combat, character lore, and many story elements. You'll be able to play as your favorite characters such as Dante, Virgo, and more. The combat mechanics, which are optimized for mobile, will feature the hack and slash action the series is known for, and we're talking air combos, powerful guns, and eye-catchy spells. There was talk of the game releasing in 2020, but that didn't happen, and I'm assuming the pandemic restrictions delayed the launch, but as always, I'll keep you guys updated when there is new development. Number 2. Diablo Immortal. Since I last spoke about Diablo Immortal in a previous video, an alpha test was released and we got to see how the game plays out. For those unfamiliar with the series, Diablo is a hack and slash action RPG all about killing monsters, upgrading skills and equipping the best loot you can get. And Diablo Immortal is no different. The alpha gave access to the monk, wizard, barbarian and demon hunter classes, while the necromancer and crusader will be available with the official release. Rifts, which are random dungeons, are available, as well as challenge rifts, which are tougher but will give better rewards. The game will be free to play with in-app transactions and a battle pass, but the general feeling from the people I spoke to is that it's not pay to win, or at least not in the exaggerated way most F2P games on mobile are, which is good, right? Sadly, we still don't have a release date yet, but with the recent alpha, we are getting closer. Number 1. Tower of Fantasy. The reveal trailer of Tower of Fantasy that you're seeing made many jaws drop to the floor and immediately started the comparisons debate with the excellent Genshin Impact. Tower of Fantasy is a free-to-play anime action RPG built on the Unreal Engine 4, and just like Genshin Impact, the game is in development for PC and mobile. The setting is futuristic and gives vibes from another game by MiHoYo, Honkai Impact 3rd. You'll be following a storyline in a vast open world, completing puzzles, fighting various enemies and collecting loot. Mounts will also be part of the game, giving you many ways to explore the game's world. You will also be able to glide, climb cliffs, swim across lakes and rivers and discover new locations, and as for the combat, it will be a mix of melee and ranged weapons, all with a sauce of flashiness, again like in Honkai Impact 3rd or Soul Worker. There is no official release date yet, but a 2021 launch window is very likely. And that sums up my picks for the best upcoming RPGs on mobile, but I wanna hear from you in the comments. Which of these games are on your wishlist? Of course, as always, if you enjoyed this video, clicking the like button does help out a lot and I would really appreciate that. And if you're new, consider subscribing because I put out new videos every single week. Also, special thanks to my Patreon supporters and YouTube members, and if you also want to support my work and get access to the exclusive rewards, links are down in the description. Once again, I'm Ben, thank you AG Nation for watching, and I'll see you next time, right here on Android GameSpot. Stay epic!